at Workloop, we take security very seriously. So I wanted to give you an overview of our security architecture. We've been getting some questions in the community, and here's a security architecture diagram, and this will go over every single little piece of data that touches our software, and that way you know it's secure. So let me start off here in the top left with the platform. So here you have the project and user management and the auditing and compliance. So what this is the actual user management, everything to do with passwords, everything to do with any data that's belongs to the user. It goes through a very audited process that's going to be third-party compliant. And I'm going to get into our vendors in a little bit so you can see that we're secure from top to bottom. So here we have all of this goes into the MCP and agentic tool engine. So this is very important. It's a core piece of how our software works. So we have here IDP, intrusion detection and prevention, and entitlement servers. So these servers are very specific. So what they do is that they're constantly monitoring our infrastructure to make sure there's no break-ins, that there's no external parties accessing the data. We have internal firewalls, both on the web app, on the database, and through our vendors. So we have extra layers of security just to make sure that that's what's happening. We have a section here, external MCP servers. So what this is, MCPs are a new paradigm that's happening in the AI world. It allows us to access third-party services. So we have things that are like GitHub or Gmail, Google Calendar. So MCP is almost like a protocol that's used to connect external parties. So we go here to the platform services. So these are the services that are set up externally that will be used on the front end. So we have a distributed tool runtime and management. What that means is MCPs use something called tools, and tools are these external third-party services. So again, it's the apps. So it's the GitHubs, the Twitter, the Discord, the X. These are all the distributed runtimes. So what that means is that it's executing globally. So it's faster when you're connecting to the server. We have something called a tool registry. So again, this is a set of code that we have to access these third-party apps. The most important thing for people is the tool authorization and tool authentication and authorization services and secrets. I know it's a mouthful, but this is when you're connecting to Gmail, we actually don't actually get connection to Gmail except through Google itself. So if we're not doing a third-party integration, it's not through some random API. It's Google giving us the authorization to connect to your account. And that's like super important because that way we don't have a way, you have to not constantly, but you have to periodically reconnect to Gmail and all the services because there's an expiration time with how much we can hang on to your data. It's super important. So that's what gives you security, that when we have access to it, it's only like little bits and pieces. We don't take over your account. These custom hosts and tools are things that are coming in the future, and that's going to be tools that do multiple things at once. So let's say in the future, we have some features for images or for videos. So you can have a workflow that says, hey, generate a video for me that's based on this topic, and then post it to X or or Discord or any other third-party services. So all of that is like considered a hosted tool. And all of this goes into this main part, the MCP and agentic tool engine. So this engine dynamically allows the AI to connect to all these different services. So because we're going to have hundreds of different services in the future, not right at the moment, but it needs to have a way to manage all of this stuff. This is all brand new cutting edge technology. And so it has to have a way to manage all of this. So what AI is actually doing is say, hey, this step in the workflow, which is the best tool for it? And we have a registry, we have other ways for it to connect. How do we connect all of that to the workflow that you're trying to execute? And again, MCP is a protocol, native LLM tools. So that's, we're going to have access to different large language models like Anthropic, like OpenAI, Llama. We're going to have access to Grok and that sort of thing. So these are kind of like a way to make all the tools kind of be on the same standard. So that way, when I'm asking one large language model, the other language models know exactly how to do the same thing. And so it goes into multi-user agents and applications. And so what this is when you have in the future the organizations and multiple people using a tool, you won't collide. Meaning, if I have a workflow that's like set up in a specific way, someone else in my organization can access the same workflow, but it's only their account that they're actually connecting to. We're not sharing both my Gmail account. So it's like really important. So it segments all of this. And again, all of this is all overseen by intrusion detection and prevention systems. We have firewalls everywhere. So that's how it's a little technical, this one, but this lets you know that we have a ton of information that's a lot of experience in actually setting this up. So it's very secure. And I'm going to go into quickly our vendors. And so this is super important. People have asked about compliance and that sort of thing. I'm going to go into it in a second. Okay, so here we have our vendor security certifications. So right now we have our main hosting is being done on a company called Vercel. They have a up-to-date 2025 SOC 2 Type 2 compliance report. It's available in their security center. They are ISO compliant, PCI DSS compliant. This is based on credit cards. HIPAA compliance, that's for medical records. High tech, I think it's related to medical. It looks like it is, but I'm not exactly sure. GDPR, which is super important in Europe. CCPA, CPRA, PIPEDA, that's in Canada, and all of these. So we're fully covered on the hosting side. Another thing that's very important is our database provider. It's also HIPAA compliant. It's SOC 2 Type 2 report. So it's here linked, ready for you to to view the reports. All of this is up to date. All of this is fully compliant. And so all of our vendors, we have the same requirements. And so all of our vendors have gone through very thorough security certifications. We're using the best of the best. These are very well-known services. And for us, it's super important that everybody knows that your data is in our platform. It's encrypted, and we make the best efforts possible for security. So this isn't the first time I've built these kind of platforms. And I just want to give everyone kind of like an overview. I know it's a little bit technical, but all of this stuff is what keeps you safe. Thanks for listening.